know this, Uncle Tom?
Listen, sucker. I'm blacker than the ace of spades and more militant than you and your whole damn army put together. And while you out there chanting at rallies and browbeating politicians, I'm taking out any money front sucker on a Hummel that gets in my way. So I tell you what, when your so-called revolution starts, you call me, and I'll be right down front showing you how it's done. But until then, you need to shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking.
What up, world? It's your boy, Coolie Man.
You got AK the Chief in the building.
And ask your girl who it is. It's Christian. And y'all know what it is. It's time to plug them headphones in, put the kids to bed, and let's begin to listen. It's grown-ups talk. Today we're going to talk about Trump, the government, and we're going to talk about Mr. R. Kelly. Y'all know what it is. Let's go.
What up, world? What's going on with y'all?
Shit, what up, AK?
Can't call it.
And that girl know who it is, huh?
Everybody know who it is.
You fucked me up, though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
I need something new, you know?
I feel you on that, you know what I mean? Shout out to Downwheel, Big Bottles in the building, you know we out here. Shout out to the Saints coat, that shit is fly.
Thank
you know what I mean? Ain't gonna
big
lie.
game this Sunday.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but y'all. Yeah.
You a Philly fan?
No.
I'm about to say.
He just had to, he a Pats fan. Yeah, it looked like y'all might be on
I got
crash course
too.
But this part of the show is dedicated to you, to our fans, our supporters, our listeners, to everybody fucking with us every Monday as we dropping this audio, and every Wednesday as we dropping these visuals. You know what I mean? It takes a special type of you to appreciate a special type of us, and we appreciate that.
Definitely. You already know my motto. Like, share, and follow. If you didn't do it,
Do it.
Tell a friend.
And do it again.
Let's go, man.
And y'all stop acting all fucking stink. If you on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere where you could put our name in a motherfucking search box.
What to do?
I need y'all to hit that motherfucking link.
Let's get it.
Before we get started, I'm gonna get this out the way right now.
All right.
Shout out to 631 Middletown Ave, Middletown Cafe, New Haven, Connecticut. Shout out to Ski Wall, the whole squad over there. If y'all ever been there, y'all know what it is. If you haven't, then you missing everything. It's always a good time, always good vibes, always great fucking energy. Shout out to the DJs, shout out to the security guards, bartenders, everybody in that motherfucker. Shout out to Ski Ball, I mean, again, shout out to the fam. I mean, we appreciate y'all. Y'all appreciate us. 631 Middletown Ave, Middletown Cafe. Ask somebody, pop up, show up.
That's it. You already know. Talk to us grown.
Yeah, talk to me grown, baby. Hey, yo, listen, so we gotta talk about the bullshit. We tried, last two episodes, we tried to kind of avoid it. We touched on it a little bit last episode, you know what I mean? But I guess we gotta talk about this shit, don't we? You know what I mean? We grown-ups, so let's talk about this grown-up shit, right? All right?
Facts. Get out the way.
So, we're gonna start off with the bullshit going on with the government, you know what I mean? Shit shut down. It's been shut down since December 22nd. Still going on. A lot of motherfuckers going without pay right now that work for the government. And there's a lot of motherfuckers on government assistance that's about to see their assistance come to an end until this nigga removes the motherfucking the shutdown, lockdown, I mean.
Petty.
Yeah. That shit get like
all over a fucking wall, man.
Yeah, I mean, even my daughter said it's just him throwing a fucking tantrum like he gotta shut down the whole government. Like, she 10. Talking about him shutting down the whole government over a fucking tantrum, like, because he ain't getting his way. Shit crazy.
Just to fund a $5 billion wall. Who the hell has $5 billion money?
Right, like, I mean, and think about all of the families, all of the government officials and shit going, like, they not getting paid, they not getting the back pay from not getting paid, like, the fuck, and people still showing up for work, like, y'all some dedicated motherfuckers. Salute to y'all, but I won't be doing it, y'all. I would not.
That's ridiculous. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there will be coming time, I guess they will get some back pay for the foolishness.
I mean, hopefully, I would hope so. I would definitely hope so.
Well, I know certain unions, they do that. Like, they pay back pay, but they do it in like some kind of like bonus check or.
Right, right. But yeah, I don't know. I just think this shit is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I seen somebody posted on Facebook talking about this shit, and it was like, yo, if you relying on the government to assist your house and like basically feed your house and
that was me.
and that was you, right? What was it you posted?
Nah, it said if you allow the government to feed your family, you give them the same power to starve your family as well. So
Right, yo, right.
Sure.
And
if you're dependent on the government, it said my fault. If you're dependent on the government
yeah, like
to feed your family.
Listen, I understand. I grew up, you know what I mean, in a household where we had government assistance, but it was on
Yeah,
some.
I think we all had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just on some. It was on some other shit though. Like my mom couldn't get a job. She was injured when she had a job. She got injured and couldn't come back to work. Like you feel me? So we had to rely on the government, like on some shit. And my pop Dukes wasn't there, so he wasn't holding the house down. So regardless of the fact, like we understand, like if you have no other choice, and it is what it is, but. I mean, if you are just doing it to do it because you're lazy, can't get out here, hit the workforce, or create your own revenue or whatever you got to do, that shit is, I don't know. As an adult, to me, I just can't see myself relying on that shit. Like if I'm able-bodied, I'm getting the fuck up and I'm creating some type of. I mean, I'm putting food on the table. I'm getting some money somehow, some way. Like
that. For one, any adult that relies on someone else to feed them, I don't think it's very much adult. Well, what was the episode we had? What's the difference between
adults and grown-ups?
Yeah. So that counts them all.
they an adult because of age,
but they're not grown.
They're not grown.
I'm saying if.
Yeah, we ain't talking to y'all grown.
You can't talk to us grown if you ain't out here handling your shit as a grown up.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Cause I was trying to think of a way to, not even sugarcoat it, but just put it. But
you can't sugarcoat it. Just straight up, get off your ass.
Yeah, get off your ass. That's
right,
it.
That's not what we built off of anyway. We don't sugarcoat for
and motherfucker, you take it on my pocket because I pay taxes.
You feel me?
Like my boy Kendrick Lamar says, the GOAT.
Okay.
He said, shit don't change until you get up and wash your ass. Go wash your stinking asses.
That's it.
And shit, nigga just put the nail in the motherfucking coffin. But
that was powerful.
Yeah, that was crazy. But on another note with this shit though, I was having a conversation last night with my significant other, and
Shouts out.
Brilliant, yo. The idea she came up with, like I told her she should write the shit and send the shit off to some of these rich people, like these billionaires and millionaires, like all of these government officials, or these people that's holding these seats that's going without pay right now. And we're coming into, like, they starting to do these elections and shit. They starting to run these campaigns and all that. Like, now is the time where we always say we can use our money to influence, or not influence, but put our money behind the people we believe in that could push the agenda that we need for our people. Now is the time to do it. Like, why not do it? Like, we can put up, like, all these people could come together. Like, we got, what's the dude name that's having a divorce with billions of dollars on the owner?
Bezos, whatever.
Yeah, like, it's people, for instance, the girl, she's out of this world with her thinking. This dude can literally, the people that, he got enough money for the people that's going to lose their assistance or their government assistance for their food and shit. He got enough money where he can give away gift cards to Amazon. To his shit, to Amazon gift cards or whatever, and put mad money up there so they can eat. For the month or whatever, and just it's going back to his company. Just mail them out gift cards and shit. They can get food or whatever they need for their house through his website, like, and put the revenue right back into his shit. Use it as a tax write-off, blah, blah, blah. Like, the list goes on. But, she was just breaking this shit down, like, how all of these people with all of this money can now start to do things to help show that you don't have to rely on just that, or we really do care about the people. Like,
right.
Everybody in front of the camera, when the camera on, we care about this issue, that issue, da-da-da-da. Now you can take your money and put it behind the real people that care about it and can actually push forth what we really need in our communities. And I don't think people thinking about it. Like, you feel me?
No, yeah. I totally agree. That's a brilliant idea. But no one man should have that power to, take the food or out people's mouths and the food up their table is pretty much
Right.
So that shit is just ridiculous and
all over idea that nobody's really standing behind.
Yeah,
there's people that stand behind it because those are the people that support him.
Right, but
the people that put him in office. But
shit, there's a lot of people that support him that ain't even like that he hired that ain't even fucking with the idea. Like yo.
Oh yeah, since day one, since he got in office, there's people that been dropping like flies like that. Don't really fuck with his ideas.
Right, but I don't know. I'm just like the conversation.
I wonder my fault. I just wonder how Kanye feel.
But that's what she was like when we was talking. She was saying like, yo, Jay, B, Kanye, Denzel, all of these celebrities that that are quote unquote behind the scenes fighting for what is right or whatever, or fighting for what we need, and saying and in the media saying all this stuff. Or they don't care about us. They don't this. They don't that. But now is the time where you can actually take your money and put it behind the people because they need your money to survive. Granted, they probably digging in their 401ks, their IRAs, or whatever they put their money into. But if they don't have to touch that, and you can put the money there for them and help them feed their family, like you feel me, we can make sure you ain't missing a beat, like you feel me, and put the money behind them. And now we can, hey yo, when this shit get back to going, we need you to push these issues, like you feel me, because that's all they doing when they putting the money everybody else putting the money behind who they putting like that's all politics really is. We'll give you this donation to your cause, but we need you to focus on these things, like you feel me. And the bigger that check become, the harder they push for that shit. Like I don't know, I'm just saying it's mad. The next election that's coming up is a big election, like so why not try to get some leeway on that shit now? Get ahead of it now. When he basically cutting off all of the competition. Like yo, I'm not gonna give you no money. Like I'm gonna run and do what I do. Now you can influence the people that's gonna end up running against him, or that's gonna be in the chairs, or could possibly take over the chairs that's gonna be up for grabs. Like I don't know. That's just the way I see it. That shit just made total sense to me. Shout out to you again. I know you don't like to be put on blast and all that, but yeah, man. Shout out to you. Great fucking conversation. Yeah, man. I don't know. But on another note, I guess y'all ain't had nothing else for that. No?
Nah,
because I don't really know too much about it. I haven't been paying attention to the news really.
I just don't pay attention to him, but.
Yeah, it's to the point I'm tired of hearing his name. Like,
I feel you, but we're gonna hear about him once he in office.
Nah, facts, yeah. And like you said, shout out to your significant other for, coming up with maybe some people that's listening can whisper in a few people's ears that, can have that capability of, doing that, and you made it spark something.
Yeah, I gave her a counter offer on, her jotting it down and sending it to the people that she feels should be hearing it or could affect what she's trying to do or what she think they should be doing or whatever. And you never know what can happen. But like I said, to me it's a brilliant thought. Like, why not? Like, why not? Why it's worth a shot? Fuck it. Like,
right.
You can use it as a tax write-off, whatever the fuck you want to use it as, or like. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a power move.
Yeah, definitely a power move. It's a perfect time for a power move. Like right now with all of the shit going on, like why not just do it? Like we talked all that shit, all last election, all the election that just happened, the last presidential election, we talked all of this shit about supporting the people and all that. It's a perfect opportunity. I just see it as right now.
But for some reason, there's something telling me saying like there's got to be some reason why they don't go ahead with that. Because I'm pretty sure that there's some. People are like, oh yeah, let's just give like $1 million to the hood, but there's got to be something in the back, behind the scenes that's holding them back from doing so.
I think it's just gonna take that one person to push through and do it.
I'm not a celebrity with money, so I don't know.
So Chip give $1 million back to the hood.
Yeah, he did a couple times.
Oh, he just saved somebody out of a burning car, like.
Yeah,
a squirrel.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, what can he do? Like,
they about to make a Marvel comic out of him. I'm telling you,
yo, what can he do?
I never know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I think it was Monday. I think it happened.
Oh shit, I ain't know nothing about it. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Man, nigga a superhero.
But shit, since we still talking about these current events, shout out to Chance the Rapper, you know what I mean?
Shouts out.
Being a superhero in real life, you know?
Somebody that's actually sane from Chicago.
Right. Speaking of Chicago, goddamn, that's a perfect segue to go right into Mr. Robert Kelly. This whole shit that's going on with him. First of all, alright, let me say this shit. We at Grown Ups Talk, anybody that you see on this motherfucking panel right now, we do not approve of any of the pedophilia that he's done, accused of, any actions, point blank,
Any
period.
sexual assault,
Any of that, like any
domestic violence, anything. We don't stand by that. Just to clear that up.
None of the allegations that he's being accused of or that's being brought up, and they have proof of or whatever. Like, we don't stand by none of them actions at all. Gotta say that. But yeah, now we can talk about it. I just had to. I mean, I had to clear that out because yeah, I got some views on this shit. Like,
no, but I'm saying like now that that's cleared up, we can talk about the we can talk about the totality of this, you know, because it's a lot of stuff that's not being brought up, you know, and there's not a lot of things that's being, you know, accounted for,
right?
And we might have to shine the light on that motherfucker.
Hey, you guys got me feeling like y'all got something heavy on y'all mind.
Nah, it just like we was kind of talking about this shit already, like, you know what I mean, and it's just shit that I haven't heard too much of people talking about. Like, for instance, I mean, for one, shout out to Master P. I mean, for what he said. I mean, in the video on Instagram, I 100% agree with that man. Like, it's no way I'm going to find out where my child is. My child has been missing, and supposedly in this cult or whatever, under this man's control, I find out where my child is, and I'm standing outside of the building throwing pebbles and stones at the fucking house. No, fuck that. Like, it is all out war. Like, I am going 8 shits. Like,
I'm throwing the Debo brick.
Like,
I'm throwing shit at your door.
Right.
I'm throwing myself through the door. Like,
you feel me? I'm driving my car through your door. Whatever the fuck I got to do, get my kid the fuck up out of there.
Motherfucking bullets to the door.
Anything, but I'm not. This shit is, I'm not coming into an aggressive situation with the finesse like that. Nah, like, I'm as a parent, like as a father, I'm going. I'm not leaving here unless if I'm dead.
Going straight
I need my child. I need my child. Point blank, period. Like, and I'm not coming alone. Point blank, period. Oh, if there's a lead, there's an army with me that loves my child the same amount, and we there. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. This village is strong. Like,
right.
We going ape shits, and whoever you got in there that's supposed to be protecting your grounds, or whatever, I hope they ready to die because we are. I'm dead serious. Like,
just know I got a mean left hook. You ain't gonna see that shit.
Sucker for a left. That's what my uncle said. Shit, but I mean that in itself, like, them parents, like, first thing first, we all, well, me growing up, I found out about, I mean, R. Kelly and his allegations or his actual marriage to Aaliyah when she was a teenager. Like, I mean, he was a full grown man, like 20-something years old.
27.
Like, yeah, 27. She was 14, 15 years old, married to that man. Like, and they forged the paperwork, all of that shit, and made it so where he could marry her. And, like, right then and there, that tells you anything from past that point. If you bring your child to this man because you're seeking fame for your child, or you're seeking fame for yourself, or you trying to get your family out and you think it's through your child and me and R. Kelly is going to get you there, if you're not going to be there watching what the fuck is going on with your child, and you leaving your child at the studio with that, the fuck is wrong with these parents, yo? Like, that's the biggest argument I have with this whole shit. What he did to them children, wrong. 100%. If he did it to them children, wrong. Like, whichever children he did it to, point blank, period, wrong, right? But I think them parents need to be held accountable for putting their children in that situation, seeking fame or seeking fortune out of that situation. Oh, I know he gonna be here, or he heard you, he want to hear your music, or want to work with you. But I know his history, so I'm gonna make sure I'm there. Like there's
Right.
no other way that situation should take place. Like I'm not. Oh, I'm gonna drop you off. I'm gonna drop you off.
Yeah,
Right.
Some
the
parental
fuck?
supervision.
Go ahead and book that plane to R. Kelly to Chicago to R. Kelly studio.
No.
Man,
Like
listen,
what the fuck is wrong with these parents?
I don't care how big of a fan I am of his. I'm not that big of a fan, but I'm not sending my daughter, my niece, my sister, my mother, my grandmother,
No way.
no female relative of mine or any female that I care about is not going to R. Kelly. Straight like
You
that.
feel me?
And I'm still don't bash me now. I'm still listening to his music, but no, it's just not happening. I'm not sending you to no R. Kelly studio.
It's no way, yo. Like, them parents is either in our age group or they older than us. But even worse, because if they older than me, and I remember it coming up in the 90s and all of that shit. I remember this shit as a child. That means you was older than me. You was somewhere teenager-ish when the shit was going on. Like, you was the same age as Aaliyah when he was married. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that shit should be clear as day in your fucking mind. Like, but all that shit get put aside because he's a celebrity. He's the king of R&B. He's R. Kelly. He can't do no wrong. Like, somebody kept saying this shit. I think it was Taxstone was saying this shit. Niggas forgot he married Aaliyah. Nigga made I believe I could fly, and all of that shit went away. Like, that's kind of how it feels. Real shit. That's kind of how it feels.
And the Boondocks said that shit too. Like, don't let the fact that his talent blind what's really going on. Like,
right.
blind the fact that's what's going on.
Shit.
Yeah, everything that glitters ain't gold.
Yeah, Kelly, he just slick with his shit. He just put that shit right in your face. So, like, it's like, it's so close you miss it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this nigga writing age ain't nothing but a number for Aaliyah and shit. He literally wrote a song to for a young girl to plot on how to sleep with an older man.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Aaliyah wasn't thinking about it, she was thinking about it then.
Right.
Like, I mean,
right.
That's like
think about how many times she had to rehearse the shit.
Right.
How many times say
putting
this.
ideas, you putting ideas in your head and shit.
He definitely orchestrated that shit the way he wanted to. Like, and nigga, like, again, another milestone when the fucking sex tape came out. Like, there's no way after that sex tape that you should be sending your children to fuck. Yeah, I'm getting angry. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
well, that's because you're a father of two daughters.
Like, it's no way I'm sending my child over there. Even if when I'm meeting this person, if it hasn't been made public, like, because shout out to Joe Button, but he was talking about the shit like this shit is no secret in the music industry. Like, there's no secret that sometimes there's a bedroom in the, like, the off room is a bedroom in the studio. Like,
yeah.
And niggas that use the studio. Oh yeah, I got a studio. Come to the studio. Let me smash that or and that's how niggas lower chicks in. Like, shit. Even when I was recording, like, back when I was a teenager and I was recording music, that's how I was getting the little shorties and shit. Like, hey, yo, yeah, come, me and my niggas record, come chill with us, blah, blah, blah. Like, niggas know that shit, but for you to be dropping your child off and you know this dude has allegations, the sex tape just came out, there's no way this shit should be taking place, yo. There's no way you can make me feel like that's okay. Your decision in that, at that time was cool, and now you want to raise all hell because what happened. Like, what about you placing your child in that situation for it to happen? Like, I don't know if R. Kelly gonna get hit with jail time or not. I'm not saying the parents should or shouldn't. I'm just saying that they gotta be held accountable too. They play a part in this shit. Like, you feel me? Point blank, period.
So honestly, they play the biggest role, if you ask me.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Because without the teenage girl, going through their parents, none of this shit would have probably never would have happened.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying R. Kelly, probably would have just laid back, they ain't coming to me, let me stay with the older women. He probably would have done some sick shit, probably start hunting and shit.
Yeah,
but
because he was doing that too.
The fact that we actually, I'm not feeding into that shit, but the fact that these parents actually fed into the shit after you done known that he married somebody that's
14,
15, younger than him. And then he done pissed on a girl that was probably
14.
Yeah.
The chicks came out and said that she was 14 in that video.
Yeah, so it was like,
And everything got, all charges got dropped over.
Yeah, like he beat the
But-
kid.
which I don't know how he did that. Like after that, I felt like he was untouchable.
Money talks, bro. Money talks, bullshit walks. Like that shit. Your freedom can be bought. Like pay enough.
But do you think R. Kelly has that money?
Bruh, trust me, the money he was making the labels, if he didn't have it, he could have got the loan.
Mm.
He said he had to go to the label and get loans. He said that shit in the 19 minutes long. Like he was confessing to every fucking thing. Like, and if you really piece it together, like he's admitting to a lot of shit, and he's not really admitting, but he's putting the pieces to the puzzle out there. If you really want to decipher it and go in there, like yeah, shit. I believe. If he didn't have the money, he had access to it.
Right.
Period.
So, do you think R. Kelly, with all the allegations and everything, and if everything, well, is he actually being charged with anything?
They trying to find, like, they trying to see.
They investigating him.
Yeah, they investigating him. They raided his Chicago house. They doing shit to try to bring charges against him.
Yeah,
Like they
take it
trying
to
to find
trial.
out where his hideouts for the Colts are or whatever. Like and trying to raid them shits and catch the shit going on, all that. But
Wait, what Colts?
the sex Colts he got and shit. Like they trying to see if they still going on, where they be, like where
Oh,
these
the
chicks
Colts.
being
I
held.
thought you said Colt. Like,
Oh, no,
you got
no.
6 Colts. Like,
My bad. But nah, like they really trying to figure out like where is it happening, where these chicks at. Like they trying to track them down. They trying to do what they can at least. Settle the public a little bit, because now it's on national TV. Everybody know they got to do something.
Right.
But I don't know what is going to be done or what can be done. All I know is they're gonna do the investigation. You know what I mean?
they might take him to trial.
They also was
They
talking
gonna
about
take him to trial.
yeah, it might. For allegations, like unless if
And honestly,
Or
I
unless they
think
don't
he
like-
needs to go to trial. Honestly, like it's only fair.
yeah, they did it to Bill.
Yeah,
You feel me? They brought him to trial.
and
for
the
some
only
shit that
proof
happened
they had was
9
his
years
word.
ago.
That's the only
Yeah.
proof they had.
Yeah, they gotta take their account and his account, and basically they whoever get up there on the stand and tell their side better, make it more believable. Like that's who gonna end up winning. Whatever you can prove and can't prove, that's what it's gonna turn down to. If they get enough evidence to bring him to trial, I think
Right.
that's what the investigation is for right now. They're trying to find the evidence to bring him to trial. And they was talking about he might flee to Africa. It's crazy.
Nah, I don't believe that.
I don't know either. I don't believe it. Like you can't believe everything that you're seeing. But
Did y'all hear the newest headline?
nah.
He's going through all these panic attacks.
Oh no,
so
I
cool.
didn't even hear that.
They said when he found out that they were going to release the documentary, they said he was going through like panic attacks, and once it dropped, he was just like out of it. Like
Yeah.
he's just
I
having
don't
all
know.
types of
'Cause
anxiety attacks.
his birthday was the other day. He was in the clubs and shit.
Yeah, you saw that, right?
Yeah, it is. Singing, going crazy and shit.
Had a girl saying, "Take me hostage."
Yeah, back
Sick.
like that's another thing. Like
Sick.
for the grown women that's in this situation, like you feel me? Like you found yourself in this situation. You went to his concert. You seen him. You met him, or not even a concert. You just met him. Period. You came across him, and knowing who he is, knowing that he's famous, you're trying to obtain fame. You find yourself sleeping with him, and now that he make you, one of his chicks in a room or whatever, and bring you a part of it. The whole time you're there, you're able to text for help. You're like you can text and ask.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
This shit is crazy.
Free will a little bit.
Yeah, it's a certain aspect of accountability to these females that was grown coming into this situation, already grown. Like you were already grown when you came here. He didn't seek you out as some underage on some pedophile shit. You sought him out because he was famous,
Right.
and you came across him, and he showed you interest, and he wanted to fuck. You was okay with him fucking. He put you in. Yo, I'm gonna put you up in this spot. Make sure you straight. Make sure you got. Roof over your head. Keep some clothes for you. You gonna eat. You just gotta let me fuck whenever I want. I'm gonna pop in and out and do whatever I want. Like they was cool with it until they got out of it. Like that's how.
Right. That's
Yeah.
because that brings me to my point. Not to cut you off.
No.
Look like Christian, you had something that you wanted to say, but I just wanted to make or just say this, like, so for the girls that wasn't of age, right?
Right.
And they felt uncomfortable the first time and didn't didn't feel like that it should be happening or whatever, and then it did happen and they felt violated or whatever the case may be. Why come back for a second time or a third time? Or like if you know what's going down, you know, like regardless if you want to be famous or not, like there's some like it ain't. I don't think it's that much being gullible or naive.
I think a lot of people are gonna hear that and their reply to that is gonna be fear. Their reply to that is gonna be fear because after he smashed the first time or whatever, it's gonna be the contact. Oh, he want to hit me up and he asked to see me. I was scared to say no. Like that's what that's gonna be. Like I think that'll be a response to that. I think fear in that situation.
I think fear will be an excuse. Because if you scared, you tell the people that you know to protect you.
Right.
So fear, like you scared of him and he's there and you home now. Like he's calling you to come. You was scared when he was there. I can understand that. Right. You was scared. Right. But you home now. Like you got people to protect you. You around people that's you comfortable with. Yeah. Like I'm not making an excuse for him. Right. But I'm just saying, like, it's some free will there too. But
they was also saying that he pried on people that he can kind of have control over mentally. Like, they weren't really mentally strong, or they didn't.
But it's a young girl, yeah.
But how do you just like without knowing that person, like, oh yeah.
A predator is able to do
they
seek out the weak.
They know they victim.
Yeah, they know they victim.
They know how to study and
exactly.
So trust me, I'm a person that I study body language and not study like I read books on it, but like I can tell the type of person you are off your body language or how you go about yourself. Yeah, right. But I've never sat there with that and go, oh yeah, she probably easy to sleep with. She probably easy to be on my arm. Like,
bro, I think shout out to Don Julio. Don Julio just made a splash appearance.
but don't get me wrong. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm innocent. Like I have sat there and looked at a girl like,
I think every man has.
I can get that. You know what I mean? But I never did no predator shit. Like I've never been saying, oh yeah.
I have done that. Oh, I know I can get that.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying I'm not saying that's like
on some predator shit.
You're like, oh yeah, she look real easy. Like,
yeah, nah. Yeah, but that just lets you know that like I don't know. He a different type of dude. Like and then his brother like. In jail talking about everybody got a preference. Get the fuck out of here, my nigga. Like, never will that be acceptable. Like, in my book, that would never be acceptable.
At all.
Like, ever, bro. Like, you preying on kids. Like, he in his 20s, driving by the high school, like, going to pick people up. Like, and that's something that Joe Budden was bringing up. That's why I had to shout him out because he was saying also on his podcast that let's not act like in our own hood, in our own backyards, like there wasn't older dudes in their 20s, like or in college coming back to the high school, scooping up the baddest chicks or some of the baddest chicks in high school and smashing them.
Hey, man, can I battle with a few names? Cause I can listen.
You do what you feel.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that to you ladies. Right. But trust me. You ladies, you sitting there on Facebook and you bashing this man for doing that. When y'all were in the same boat.
Partook in the shit yourself.
Exactly.
And partook in it because it was a good look for you at the time.
Exactly. Because everybody. No, but it's not even that. It's the simple fact that if this wasn't happening,
right,
it would still be cool again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because it wasn't something that we was speaking about. Like our community or everybody wasn't jumping on it. Like
because there's this one girl shouting, remain nameless, but. She said that her mother told her to get an older dude. And like I said, you know who you are because I told you. I'm pointing to the camera too. You know who you are. Yeah. Like, and I'm gonna make sure you watch this because Like it's
Yeah,
not
like,
right.
you
You're sitting here bashing that man just
yo.
just to make yourself look good.
Right.
And that's another thing. Like I don't think people really, feel the way they feel about this. I feel like they're doing it just to get some
It's
cool
the
points
thing to
over
do,
it.
like,
Yeah.
but that's why I didn't want to talk about it like me and AK wasn't trying to talk about it the last 2 episodes because everybody was talking about it. And everybody was only talking about it not because they really cared about it,
Because
but
of the clout behind
they're trying to get the attention. It's trending. Let me jump on it. Like, you feel
Yeah,
me?
all
Everybody
that
trying to get
virtue
attention.
signaling that y'all doing is cut that shit out. Like that. Like it's okay to think for yourself.
Right.
It's okay to stand by your own opinion.
Right. Like, yeah, it shit is crazy. Like, I mean, I just don't get it. Like, I know females that dealt with older dudes, like, when they was in high school. Shit, I know a couple of chicks that was in middle school with me that was smashing grown-ups, like, you know what I mean? And
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what it fucked me up, because I'm like, yo, damn, you're not old enough for me. Bitch, we the same age.
right,
What are you talking about?
like, I mean,
I'm the perfect age for you.
Yeah,
What the fuck you talking about?
but then you ride through the hood, you see them chilling with
Yeah, this nigga like this. Nigga.
Nigga, you know how this nigga old enough to be?
Right.
Oh my God.
And 8th grade,
Nigga,
so
the
you're not
same
old
age as
enough
your
to be.
mama. Like,
That's my auntie X, nigga. Let me stop.
and listen, but just it's shit like that. But then, like we said, everybody bashing him because it's the shit to do right now. Not saying what he has done or is being brought forth for doing. Is just saying that, like, you can't be out here bashing this man and talking all types of crazy when you was in that situation. You was either the man seeking out the younger person or the younger person seeking out the older person because of their status or just ended up happening.
Yeah,
like,
just because you had a couple cars or whatever.
right.
Like,
If you were an actual victim and like, I mean, the older person sought you out and took advantage of you, I understand. Like, I'm not against you speaking out and saying what you're saying.
Please
feeling how
speak
you
out,
feel.
please.
Speak out. Like, you feel me? But if you were partaking in that type of shit and you knew it was wrong and you still was doing what you wanted to do, just being like in that situation,
just to live off the edge, like that's
like that shit is.
So, just to, tomato it. So, like, just to switch it up a little bit, how would you feel if, we talked about it, if R. Kelly was a female and everything, but,
Right.
it's we talk about that going on in the hood as far as, like, the guys doing that to the, young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of older women out here that's doing the same thing to these young men or whatever. You know what I mean?
Wait. Just before we get any further, this is not this is not an attack on women. So like you can erase that.
No, this is an attack on molesters.
We're not trying to get this shut down.
Molesters.
Yeah, like, but if the roles were reversed and it's the woman preying on the young men,
Like we said in the last video, if it was Aaliyah, that was R. Kelly.
it's not spoken about, no matter how traumatic it is,
Right.
because that was R. Kelly's. I'm not gonna say that's the reason why he was doing it, but he was a victim of it.
Right.
His sister was sitting there molesting him and raping him.
Yeah.
And if you think that that's not going to have some kind of traumatic effect, you're sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why. And that's why I'm not going to sit here and throw R. Kelly away, because that man obviously needs help.
Right.
That's, like, throwing him away is not going to get him any help. And it's the same thing with all these celebrities that's going through shit that we say is crazy. Like Kanye, we're not throwing him away. We need to get him help. Right. Take him away from the Kardashians.
So how old? My fault.
No, go ahead.
How old was his sister when she was molesting him?
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think she was like in his teens, but he was only like 9 or something. It's like she was.
It would make perfect sense that he was molested until he got comfortable and turned on by it, and that's what he's get turned on by, like his 14-year-old sister.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like he's going to find.
It was an interview on YouTube that I seen where they asked him to sing about his life, and he was talking about he asked his mom to marry him and shit. Like, he was dead serious, but she said no. He understood why she said no, but I mean he
still
was
wanted
dead
it.
ass. Like he was like in love with his mom, like on some not just my mom shit. Like, I wanted to be with my mom, like. That's how he was, like, on some shit, like, so, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You can't tell me that there's no traumatic effect on you know on that man. That man is clearly not in his right mind.
But they were saying both of his brothers, I think his older brother too was saying the same shit happened to him. But I know for sure his younger brother said the same shit happened to him. Like they was just saying like it was happening in the family.
Yeah. She was molesting both of them. Well, two of them.
Yeah.
She said one of the brothers were like in his early teens probably, and he's like R. Kelly was probably like 8. So it was like.
Yeah.
Like, are we really gonna sit here and act like there's no mental health issues? And that's a whole nother story because I feel like y'all don't really care until it's time to get that clout over caring.
Right.
Like y'all sit here and say, "Oh, mental health this, mental health that, get help." But when there's an apparent case, y'all just throw that shit away. Y'all really don't care.
Right. Right.
And I don't care who takes offense to that.
It like it's the truth. It's the truth. And like again, we're not making no excuses for his actions at all. We do not agree with his actions at all.
At all.
What we're saying is you have to look at the totality of the situation.
Exactly.
The grown women that came at him seeking the fame or seeking to sleep with him because he was famous, and to be able to say, "Oh, that's R. Kelly and I fucked R. Kelly." You need to hold yourself at some point accountable for being a part of what ended up transpiring in that situation. For the parents that put their kids in that situation, knowing his track record previous to introducing your child to him or coming across his path and leaving your child in his, like, to be with him and, oh, he's the adult in the situation. He's the adult in the situation and he gonna do what the fuck he want. And what he want is to sleep with your child. So when he slept with your child, you should be feeling some type of way about it, like towards yourself, not just towards him, towards yourself for putting your child in that situation.
For real.
That shit is crazy, yo. Mind-boggling. Like, it's crazy. As a parent, I just don't get it. I don't.
Shit. As a human being, you shouldn't get that.
I'm just speaking from
from a parent point of view. But I'm just speaking from in general.
Yeah,
like if you don't have kids and you see something okay with that, you got a problem.
Right. Right.
Like there's no way you should have sat there and thought it was fine to say, "Oh yeah, go ahead and book a flight to R. Kelly's studio." I know you're 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. I'll go right ahead, no parental supervision, no nothing.
Can I just say
how
this?
sick are you?
No, right. So, all right, R. Kelly's sick. We know that. But
no, I'm talking about the parents. How sick are they for letting them?
Okay, the parents is just fools. To be quite frank.
Yeah, you can't be that hungry for fame.
Do you think that the people that's helping R. Kelly, do these things, like his bodyguard feel, guilt and remorse now.
Bring them niggas in school.
But they see this shit. They, daily. Daily doing this shit, scouting for this nigga and doing all types of shit. Even though, they may not agree with it. That's not their preference or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But they all see this shit. They all, involved. It is that shit is just sad. So he's not the only one to blame, if you ask me.
Nah, they're just that sick. And if you're gonna sit there and scout to feed into his illness, man, it's not. Yeah, I have some words for you, but
you're just as sick as he is.
Yeah,
you're just as sick as he is. You got the same problem as that he got, and it may not be sexually, pleasure. It may be financial pleasure. In that situation, they getting paid. R. Kelly paying them, whatever the case may be. But you got a problem, son. If your morals ain't.
But the thing is, they were saying that,
and then you're gonna have to
was doing the same shit he was doing, bro. Like they was doing the same shit. Like it was like a little community of them niggas. Like,
but they also have the nerve to go on the documentary and snitch.
Right.
Like, who are you to snitch? And you got the same problem.
Right, yo. That to me that junk is. But that also lets you know that, like, when the heat is on, like we said, for the clout, like,
he gonna
feel bad for me for feeling bad for doing it, but I was doing it, but point the finger at him, put the light on him. Like, I mean, like
Right,
that.
because he got the most money.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I mean,
Don't try to
They
refer
probably smash some of the, I mean.
they probably was in on it with him. Like, I mean, oh yo, your turn next. Like, I mean, on some shit like it could have been. Like, there's no telling what was going on. Like, you feel me? But the fact that they a part of the camp, they was involved with the same shit he was involved with, all taking part of the same shit. Like, I mean, and it was just crazy. And it was even like, I don't know, like. It's just crazy. Like, the shit, the reports is crazy. The different allegations that's coming out is crazy. Like that junk is, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, I think I got the opposite problem. I wouldn't say I'm attracted to senior citizens, but you know, I'm attracted to
But it's like we was talking about last
maturity,
week.
yo.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the
Right,
more
I mean-
mature, even as a kid, like, I mean, like. I don't know, maybe because I've never been through that traumatic, experience, to put me in that state of mind. But yeah,
But I feel like everybody's attracted to maturity. You know what I mean?
At a
So I
certain-
mean,
at a
I'm not
certain
saying
point
that
in your life,
it's
you
all right
definitely
for these
don't-
older women to prey on, us, and saying, oh yeah, he likes my maturity, so I'm gonna learn this little nigga,
Right,
here,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
take advantage of him.
Right.
But I feel like that's what I want to say. I mean,
see me, because
my friends are all over the place, so I don't know.
I was young and had, I guess, been preyed on. In a sense, and it was wrong. Like, but I was all for it. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
It didn't scar me because,
yeah.
I guess I was just as nasty as she was.
I mean, just look at all these teachers sleeping with these kids. Like,
Right, but they snitch.
no, them kids are snitching. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The kids
dumbass,
snitching. Like,
stupid.
man, if I got a couple teachers that, say, hey, stay after school.
What that movie say? Easy A.
Yeah. Like, listen.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I don't know, but like,
But that's sexist.
Same shit.
I'm over here talking shit about R. Kelly, but I don't got a problem with you. But
But the difference is you're not denying the fact that you was in an incident like that before. Like, I mean, a lot of these women or men that's bashing him online, they throwing all the rocks on in their hands. Like, you feel me? Like, they acting like they had no parts in it. In those
like
type
they
of
didn't
situations.
want it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was
everyone just want to play the victim.
right because
Right, like-
that's what I'm saying. I was not of age,
Right.
but I was of age to know what I was doing. Like, I
Right.
mean, and
Yeah.
And you know
around
what?
that age is 14 years old. So, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
I was conscious.
Whoever's behind this documentary, you're actually genius for doing that, because we're in a time and day where you're applauded for being a victim. So
Yeah.
I know you guys sat there and thought about it like, oh, you know what?
I get you.
Let's make this documentary about X, Y, Z, and
That's why they about to
make
do
everybody
shit.
victims, and we get applauded for this shit.
That's why they about to do the documentary about the
Man,
two
listen.
kids that was allegedly molested by Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Like,
and that pissed me off. Man, listen.
Like,
Leave
even
Michael
though
alone.
Even
He's
though
dead.
He's dead and gone, and all of the allegations and all that shit.
It was found not guilty twice.
And
I really don't believe that shit. Like, I really, deep in my heart of hearts, don't believe Michael Jackson touched them boys or them kids. Like, honestly, I don't know. I just don't believe it.
I don't know enough to believe or not believe, but those parents, the same as the ones that we're talking about within this R. Kelly situation, I hold them just as accountable.
Yeah.
Like, how you gonna say you left your kid over Michael Jackson's house for a sleepover and you not at least in the next room or in there helping to control the kids while you there? Like, we all sleeping over, my nigga. Like,
Exactly.
it ain't just the kids. I'm not just leaving my child with you, my nigga. You Michael Jackson, heal the world, black and white, Billie Jean, but you ain't getting in Billie Jeans. Like, you feel me?
Exactly.
You're not doing that. Like, I'm not leaving you with my child. Like, point blank, period.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
doing
I think, listen, it was wasn't it a child and parent that was actually caught for, staging it like Michael Jackson was touching on whatever. And I think, I mean, everybody did on some like.
Yeah, I think they settled out of court though, right? They settled out of court, right?
Yeah.
That shit is ridiculous. Like, and they still got paid.
Yeah.
To lie.
Yeah, because you know what happens in those situations. The lawyers say instead of dragging this shit out, public is still gonna have their opinion. Let's just pay this shit. Public's still gonna have the same opinion they would if you drag it out and get found not guilty, or if you settle out. So let's just settle out. Fuck it, it's small coins to what your bank account really is. Let them go on. They got their payday. Alright, fuck it, whatever. Either way, you're gonna have the same nick in your armor as you would if you follow it out and you get proven to not have done it, or if
you already accused.
Once the allegations, like Charlemagne always says, the court of public opinion is always going to be there. It's always going to be a nick in your armor, no matter if you were right or wrong in the situation. And that's why some people don't even fathom the thought of fighting this shit at all. They just like, yo, make this shit go away. Like, I know what really happened. Make this shit go away. Some people don't respond to it, no nothing. Like, fuck it, throw money at it and let it go away. Like, you feel me? Or just don't address it at all. Like, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. But that to know that man is dead and that they, because of what's going on now Lifetime sought them out and they like, yo, we can do a documentary for y'all too. Like, come on, man. Like,
and it's funny because my girlfriend, she's a huge Michael Jackson fan, like die hard. Like, you can't tell her nothing about this.
Right. And
she told me herself that during those sleepovers with those boys or whatever, he would sleep in the bed with them, but he wouldn't touch them.
Right.
But that's still creepy. Like,
yeah,
I'm not dropping my son off so you can sleep in the bed with this.
Right.
And Mike, rest your soul. Like, greatest musician, artist ever. Like, but
it's still
that's sick.
That's still weird.
And they said his thing was because of him him being like 5-6 years old, starting his music career, and his whole life was just a music career. He never really had a chance to be a child.
Right.
Like, so that's why he grew up, was a full-blown adult trying to do it. Right.
Exactly.
That's the root of all of this shit is mental health. The root of all of it is mental health.
And one of those kids that, took Michael Jackson to trial, turns out that he wanted more money from Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson, he was known for giving money for, cancer treatments. The kid had cancer, so he took Michael Jackson to trial, saying, "Oh yeah, he touched me too," just to receive more money.
That's crazy.
So if you think for not 1 minute that these women aren't doing the same to R. Kelly,
right, bro.
Listen, like I said, I'm not here to bash these women because I really feel for them, and I feel like some of them really are, traumatized by it. And I'm not gonna sit here and point the finger saying, "Oh yeah, she's not traumatized," or try to take that away from her. But I'm pretty sure money is the motive. I'm pretty sure.
Even if it ain't, well, yeah.
It's the perfect time for the Me Too movement, so.
Yeah,
exactly.
And at the height of the Me Too movement, all of this shit going on,
like I said, the social climate is just, geared towards victimhood.
And point blank, period. They saw his fame. They, in that same situation, the object is to obtain some fame from being spotted or seen or next to that person. Like, point blank, period. Like, I was next to this person at the peak of their career or in the height of their fame, and this was what was going on with me. Be it truth, be it the lie, be it whatever, put my name next to him.
And that's exactly why the allegations and all that shit coming out now, because he ain't at the highest point of his career. You know what I mean? When he was, it was all, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, because he's the hottest of the, right?
Seen as the king of R&B.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, but even when he was at the pinnacle, that sex tape drop.
Yeah.
And look, that shit got dusted right under the rug.
Right.
Look, and everybody in their mother.
After I Believe I Could Fly, that shit dropped and he made the world's greatest. I wish. Then people start forgetting about it. Like, that's what everybody's saying, and that's
But world's greatest, that's an inspirational ass song.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because they get caught up in that. The same way they got caught up in I Believe I Can Fly, they forget about everything else because of how great that song is and how inspirational it is, and it was fucking everywhere, bro. Like,
I know.
I just saw that shit was in a church now. I Believe I Can Fly is a great song, but it ain't a gospel song.
Right.
It wasn't in the black church. I'm gonna say that, but.
Talk about
I'm like, what?
No comment.
Yeah, it's crazy.
it. In the words of
If
David Rush.
I ever go to a church, I see the choir sing "I Believe I Can Fly" and the melody that they were singing
This
in
shit is a scam.
I'm walking right. I'm walking out.
In the words of Dame Dash.
There's no soul in here.
Culture vultures. In the words of Dame Dash.
Yeah, that joke, yeah.
But that's,
Crazy.
I don't know, bro. That like, well, I know, but it's so many thoughts going on in my mind to be able to grab them all and be able to put them out there. It's hard. It's hard, bro.
Yeah, I should have wrote some of this shit down.
Yeah, like, I really should. Because some of the shit we were saying off camera and knowing that we was gonna end up talking
That's
about.
what y'all get. I always tell y'all.
Shut the hell up. Some of the shit we was talking
excuse
about.
me.
Don't listen to me. Y'all never listen to me.
Where's your notes at?
Huh? Hey, I wasn't talking with y'all. If I was talking to y'all, I would have been jotting my shit down. Yeah, I'm on it.
Right. But yeah, man, it's just like accountability, man. Accountability for like it was one of the ladies was a DJ, and she was trying to seek the fame. She said it like she wanted to be a singer, like she wanted to. So when she got the chance to be around him, she saw it. She went for it, and she like, you know what I mean, and took full advantage of it. But then when it became all this and that, and I wonder, did they ended up getting out of the sex cult because of him being tired of them and wanted something new, or they just found a way to escape? Because a lot of them are saying, "Oh, I escaped." Did you escape, or they kick you out? Like, what? Oh, your time is done. Somebody else got to take over that.
You got too old.
And is that now why you're coming out? Like, because you're not a part of it, you're not getting the benefits of it. I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna look at it, we have to look at the totality of it.
Yeah. Start taking little aspects in.
Right, like, I mean, because again, he's wrong. If he was holding them, even the adult women, if they was being held against their will, he's wrong. Point blank, period. But if they went in there knowing what it is, being there, seeing what it is, after a day or two, you'd be like, oh, whoa, nigga, what? I can't leave when I want to? I gotta ask you to go to the bathroom. Oh yeah, my nigga, nah, pineapple. Yeah, pineapples, my nigga. I'm out of this, my nigga. Let me go.
The conversation, you only talk to who he said you could talk to.
Right,
and shit
yo,
like
he
that
had
now.
total control over it.
Yeah.
Like, you was there for how long before it became a problem? You was there for how long before it was, like, you know what I mean?
Once you stop feeling the love, like,
some of the females he put his hands on, like physically abused them. At what point was it okay time to go? Like, you know what I mean? I gotta get up out of here. Like,
You're right. I ain't hear nobody admit that they loved him, or like, I mean, and that can be a factor too. You young, you can fall in love very easily. You gullible, like, I mean, just admit that fact. Don't seem all the way like a victim. Like, I mean, like, you know, I didn't really want to do it. I was, I mean, feeling like it shouldn't be happening. Like, but at the same time, when you was there at that age, you was going all for it. So I think even though some of that shit is him brainwashing and manipulating the females into doing this certain shit, everybody, I mean, have this thing called free will, and I mean, like, from the stories, it's not like it's forced upon you. Like, I mean, he's telling you he's gonna hurt you. Well, some woman has been hurt or whatever, physically or whatever. But more times than none, the majority of the stories, no one is being threatened with violence.
right.
I mean, and I don't know. It just
This shit, all I'm saying in this whole shit, and I mean, to his wife even went on interviews and was talking about her horrific experiences with him. But then you see her on Facebook and she's singing his songs and, I mean, celebrating his music and shit like that. Like,
and she turned up the music at
but the music is great. You can't afford it.
Yeah,
for that.
no, I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying. I'm not
He's
saying
a
that.
he's a musical genius.
Yeah, but these, like, for people saying, "Oh, stop playing his music," hey yo, you gotta stop playing his music, bro. You don't support that. If you playing his music, you support what he was doing.
But I don't think that's the case.
That's why I had to say, don't knock me for saying that. You know, I still listen to his music because his music doesn't, you know, endorse or it doesn't.
Some of his music
entertain. No, but since when have you heard of an R. Kelly song that says, "Oh yeah, 12-year-old woman"? You know, it's about
no, right. That's what I'm saying. But he got some hits, you know that.
Oh yeah, feeling on your booty. That's sexual assault, if you really ask me. You know, you can't just go in the club and touch a girl's chest.
In today's day, because back then when he was singing "Feeling on Your Booty," that chick was letting niggas feel on their booty. Like,
right.
The shit was different then.
Right.
You feel me? Today's day and age, that's sexual assault.
That's sexual assault. But there's nothing really saying, oh yeah, you know, hold them as sex slaves, go get some underage women because they, you know, sex better or they have better sex or whatever sick shit that he was into. I don't think his music, I haven't heard any song of his that entertains that, or you know, that's conveying that message, you know. So me personally, I'm not gonna stop listening to his music. I'm sorry, and if you feel free to block me, whatever. Because I think it's just stupid to sit here and say, oh, you block me if you know still listen to his music, because it's not really supporting. It's supporting him by putting money in his pocket, but.
It's not supporting his actions, though.
Exactly. It's not like he has some big campaign like, oh yeah, you know.
So
all my music was written for this situation.
All these proceeds are going straight to this, fund, which allows me to lure these young women into my, basement and shit.
On a lighter note, so would you still listen to his music if he lead with the ad-lib on the Pied Piper?
The story behind that
right.
is crazy.
Like, that's his ad-lib. That's his shit.
It's either Step in the Name of Love or Happy People where he starts off with. It's the Pied Piper, y'all. Like,
right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the story behind
it's a subliminal message.
Yeah.
If you're gonna talk about the totality of everything,
talk about it.
Right. It's a subliminal message. Even when he's not talking about it, he's talking about it.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
is that dangerous?
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't hit me until Charlamagne the God pointed that out, and so that was like just recently where I found out who the Pied Piper really was.
Me too.
And the fact that R. Kelly knew who that was and still
all these artists that got these names and
they got them from certain
it's strategic. Everything is strategic.
Yeah, like Rick Ross, he named himself after the drug,
right.
The Kingpin.
Yeah. And that nigga, he ain't feeling that shit.
Nah.
The real Rick Ross ain't
feeling it. They went to court behind that shit.
So, but then again, Rick Ross, not really. His name really ain't Rick Ross, but his name is Richard somewhere in his name.
Yeah, but nevertheless.
So I see where he, kind of drew that,
Nevertheless, I keep it a buck with you. I haven't listened to a full R. Kelly album since TP2, since 12 Play 2. And that's because when I was listening to 12 Play 2, I was doing everything he was talking about doing. Like, I was using them, it was setting the mood for what I was doing at the time. Like, you feel me? I was fucking. The CD was made about fucking, so I was fucking.
How can you fuck to that album?
What?
I Wish is on that album.
He got a
how
song
you fuck to I Wish?
Yo, literally says, hit it hard from the back.
Oh yeah, I know, but
roll around to the front. Like,
what do you do when
that's what I was doing? Like,
what do you do when I Wish comes out?
That's all
like back then, I had a whole playlist of like jams to fuck to. Like it was like 100 songs up there. So I would just take certain songs off of the album, put it in that playlist. Like a couple of my bros that came to let me borrow your Xbox because that's what it was on there. It was on the Xbox. Like I just hit play on that playlist, or Shorty hit play on that playlist, and it'll just go down.
You still have the Xbox?
Yeah, I still do.
Yo, as a matter of fact, we gotta. I want to hear some of the old shit.
That's outside of grown ups talk.
Nah. This is everything. Yeah. I'm talking to you grown right now.
I still got the Xbox. I mean, if you need to borrow the playlist, it's there. I mean,
that's exclusive. That's exclusive.
But yeah,
you might get somebody pregnant.
But definitely, that's exactly what ended up happening.
Right. Fuck around, man. Xbox. I got 2 kids.
DJ Cooley, man. Yeah, like I don't know, man. I haven't listened to a full album since then. Everything I've been hearing since then has either been somebody else playing it or I heard it off of the radio. Like, I mean, that was it. I haven't purchased any of his music since, and it had nothing to do with the allegations or nothing like that. I just haven't done it. Huh?
Love Letter was the album. Love Letter. With Love Letter up there. When the woman loves is up there.
Yeah.
I think one of the women's fed up. No, that's not. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's the right album. That's the right album.
Yeah.
We got album music, it should be up there. Title. They ain't get rid of them yet. Spotify did.
Oh no, I have it saved on my phone, but
okay.
I'm not reaching for it. I don't want y'all to persecute.
They're gonna say whatever they're gonna say regardless, bro. The most important part is that we're not supporting his actions and the allegations that's being brought up against him. Like if he really did that shit, we know he did like a large part of the shit with the pedophilia. We don't support that shit. The shit that took place with the females, like the domestic violence, we don't support that shit. The shit that took place where the females ended up staying and knowingly was, I mean, his basically his fuck partner that he was housing, like, is until they seen that it was all, whoa, I gotta get out of here. Like, they was all game for it. We're just saying hold everybody accountable. Like, all of the adults in that situation.
Right, he had to sure that he was fucking having threesomes with children.
Yeah,
like, she was down with this shit.
All in.
Like, I mean, according to her story, like, at first, but you did it more than one time.
Right.
So surely,
right.
If you say that first time,
wasn't she 16 as well? She was like 16, like 15, 16.
I don't.
I think she was like 15, 16 as well.
Nah, because listen, she said at one point in the interview where she's sitting there watching R. Kelly talk to the parents of the children or whatever, like, I mean, knowingly that the kids is kids, like, I mean, as if she wasn't a kid herself. Like, the way she said it, I'm not sure. She probably was, know what I mean, but from what I got out of it, I don't know. But she probably was. You're probably right though, bro.
Yeah,
I just brief try to get a little bit of, because I mean I don't like putting shit like that into my world. Like, I mean,
right.
no.
Oh yeah. Like I don't know why I had this jacket on, talk about this negative shit, because like I said, we have a big game coming. I don't need that negative energy on my good luck jacket. Like,
hey, you put it out there now. I mean, you
listen,
you
I might have
acknowledge
to-
that we talking about some negative shit while you got on that coat. So
pray a couple,
Right, it's so good.
a couple Hail Marys and.
I mean, hold up. It's Maine you got shit to say because his team already stink. So he got the niggas.
They're already out.
He can talk negative.
Tokyo shit.
Yeah.
well,
I
say my things.
Yeah.
But a warning would have been nice if he was gonna send some shots.
No. I had to send some shots. It's been a long time I sent some with the Knicks.
Shout out to
The
the
nigga
Knicks.
love
you
the
feel me?
Knicks.
Yeah. On the phone case, you see it's on my head. Like, I fucks with the Knicks.
Shout out to the Pistons, man.
Fuck the Pistons, man.
Shout out to the Pistons.
Yeah, you hear him? Yeah.
When's the last time y'all beat us?
Yeah, shout out to OKC, man. Since you doing shout outs.
First of all, fuck all of our teams.
Yeah. Right, we give a shout outs though.
Right. But anyway, anywho.
Yo, it might be one day we might have some players from them teams that we just give a shout out to, so you never know. We can't say fuck with teams just
Nah,
yet.
not fuck teams, but I'm just saying, like, this season we know your team and my team ain't winning no ring.
Well, there's players on that team.
Oh,
on the Pistons team.
Oh, the Pistons.
Oh no, the Pistons I don't really.
Patriots. I like how you did that.
Listen. The Saints, I hold very, near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, listen, that's what the
I don't wish
Patriots
nothing
is
bad
to me,
against
man.
them.
But this year I ain't really support the NFL, so I really can't even talk. I ain't supposed to be doing that.
I watched
Not this year.
in the past.
Next year I gotta come back because it been hurting me.
I think the past
Like
5
y'all in the
years,
playoffs, I'm pretty sure you watched something like.
Bro, I didn't watch not one Patriot game. I saw highlights, like, on the humbug, scrolling down my Facebook because previously, I'm subscribed to Mad Sports Center, so I got no choice but to. And I'm like, damn, I gotta see this. I gotta look at it. But next year I can't do it. I gotta admit.
In the past 5 years,
That's it.
in the past 5 years, I've seen 3 games. Two of them was Super Bowls, and the last one I seen was the Titans game where we forgot who we beat, but he had like
Cowboys.
our running back had like a 90-something yard running touchdown. Like this shit was crazy. He was fucking them niggas up. I was like,
What's that?
Crazy.
I don't know.
Hey, so you know, it's like it's different with us. You love basketball, watching basketball, and I like watching football and shit.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
You know what I mean? So
Big football fan.
imagine.
Not watching the NBA, bro.
Right. Imagine LeBron kneeling, right? And nigga, the NBA don't support LeBron, and he lose his job and shit. And you like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna support my nigga for a year and shit, or support him just cause, not even for a year. I didn't even know.
Right.
I was gonna go for the long call, but the shit fucking with me.
I'm gonna go off the whip right now.
Right. So now
I already know if y'all make the Super Bowl, you watch it. You breaking it right there.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, but
Well, you know the Saints won't be in it just to.
Yeah, we could play y'all. We could win the Super Bowl.
I say y'all wanna. Yo,
Let that slide.
I see y'all wanna crash course, and I can see where this.
Right. You don't want. Let's talk about the Pied Piper.
I think, let's not. Let's do this. Let's wrap this bitch up. So listen. On a serious note, though, know what I mean, what we need y'all to take from this episode is, again, for the millionth time, we do not support the actions of R. Kelly. Point blank. Period. We are not, anything we've said in this episode was not to bash the females that were partaking in any of his actions. What we are saying is hold all parties accountable. Hold all parties accountable. Point blank periods. The point blank periods. The parents need to be held accountable. The grown women that sought him out to have sex with him and seek fame from having sex with him, or whatever they thought they was gonna get from him through having sex with him, need to be held accountable. And Trump, let it go, bro. Like, let this shit go. Point blank period.
Pull your skirt back down.
Yeah, yo. Celebrities, if y'all really want to make an impact in politics and change some shit, now is the time, yo. Do it. Like, don't wait. Don't wait until it's too late and say, hear this shit, or, I mean, and, oh, we should have did that. We putting it out there. You should do that. Point blank, period. I am Coolie Man. You can find me everywhere under the name of Coolie Man. If you can't find me there, you can find me anywhere under Grown Up Store.
Okay. No, before I do my outro, I just want to say, yo, I love the fact, Maine do the Jerry Springer final throw at the end of shit. That shit always fuck me up and bring a tear to my eye because he wrapped everything up so sincere. Seriously, yo, I just want to give a shout out to you, bro. Shouts out.
Hey, this is cool. I am out of here.
Yeah, that should be professional. You feel me? Now he talk to you grown. That's right. No, Mr. Screw, my boy presentation. This shit gets done. You know what I mean? I just want to say your boy AK signing off, checking off. You already know. My motto, like, share, and follow. If you didn't do it, do it. Tell a friend. And do it again. You can find me on Anywhere Grown Ups Talk. If you can't find me there, you can find me on Anywhere Grown Ups Talk podcast.
And like I said before, ask your girl who it is.
Okay.
It's your boy Christian.
Starting to feel like that's
Christian Eddie. C.
Somebody.
Eddie.
Yeah, so you talking to somebody listening, you looking for the sexy voice and everything.
Yeah,
I'm going to say it again. LL, look at lips. Yeah.
So let me say it again. But yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Christian Taylor Davis. That's my government name. Instagram, you can follow me c.eddie, well, like a period, not dot, but c.eddie. Snapchat, I ain't want to give that to y'all.
All right.
And y'all stop acting all fucking stink. If you on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, iHeartRadio, any motherfucking where you could put our name in the search engine.
What to do?
I need y'all to hit that motherfucking link. Talk to us grown. Yeah.